Alright, this is reassessment number 2. I'll be going over plug and CTXS, both are call options. Alright, first up is plug. Entry date is on January 28th. I took 5 contracts at 30 cents per, therefore I'm risking 150. I took the $3 strike with the February 21st as the expiration. Whole time was 1 day. I sold at 35 cents per contract, a gain of 5 cents per contract. Oh, and I took 5 contracts, not 3. So 5 cents per profit on each. 5 by 5 is $25. And let me bring the chart. First, I'll bring the daily chart. So I purchased it on this hammer as it was closing towards the end of the day, maybe in the power hour. I don't exactly recall, but I bought it on the hammer, even though the volume was kind of low. So I bought it on the hammer. I sold the next day, and here's the daily. Intraday. Bought it somewhere in the final 2 hours, as it was heading back up towards the formation of the hammer on the daily. And I sold the next day. I'm pretty sure I didn't sell it when it was up here in 290s because I only gained a nickel per contract. So I think I was allowing emotion to come into play. Maybe I sold it way at the open because it gapped down, and I was really worried that it fare worse for that day. So I just said, nah, whatever, I'll take the nickel, eat up some commission, and have a net gain of $15, I think. And I was wrong as it headed back up. I think I could have made a profit of maybe 50 cents per contract, with the buy at 30. So that's a 20-cent difference. 20 cents times 5, that could have been $100. So that is that. Next up the bat would be CTXS. This was an intraday hold. Took 3 contracts, 90 cents each, so I'm risking $270. And I sold, like I said, intraday, and I lost 15 cents per contract, so I lost $45. Now I'm a real cheapie when it comes to buying options, so normally I don't venture out of the 20 to 40 cent range per contract, and this one was 90 cents per contract. So I was a little bit more emotional with it's my first time, even though it's only $270, and I can get some of it back if I sell. I was still, kind of emotional about this, and I should have held it. Let me bring up the daily chart. So yellow indicates it doesn't indicate where I bought or sold. It's just, I just wanted to make it clear. So I bought on this, this huge volume, about maybe 18 million. And this is a green candle, actually. It opens at 54.15, closes at, 52. Wait, maybe I'm wrong here. 1 second. Okay, I figured that out, so I am correct. These numbers up here reflect the current day. That's why I was so thrown off. Okay, so anyhow, let me bring a daily chart, intraday chart. So here's the intraday. I'm not exactly sure when I bought. From now on, I'll try to make a note of it because I can't really tell where I bought. Maybe I was anticipating the 5-day break and then it fell, and that's why I sold. Or like I said, I can only guess now. But anyhow, what would have happened if I held? And I know this is a little bit of hindsight, but had I held, it would have gapped up. And purchasing at 90 cents per, I could have sold at 150 per contract. So unfortunately, I let emotion get in the way because I wasn't used to buying something that expensive. Again, I'm a cheapie, so to me it was expensive. Had I been objective, I would have told myself, hey, this thing is closing. It's made a push back near the high of day, and it's got tremendous volume, and it's already been crushed. So it more than likely bulls aren't done, or so all in all, terrible trades. Completely emotional. Both would have been winners, but that's the hindsight part of it. All I care about is had I been objective, which I wasn't. So lesson learned.